you might look at your schedule and say, whoa, like I'm so busy. I got a lot to do. I got the GRE to study for. I got my PTCAS application to finish. I got all these different things. I just don't know how to make them all work.
Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the...
What's up, pre-PTs? How y'all doing? Hope you're having an absolutely amazing day so far. My name is Ngugi. I'm a physical therapist. I'm also a PT school acceptance coach and one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, where we help you get into physical therapy school without wasting time or money. Today's training is titled Get Accepted Using This Deadlines Hack. Right? So here's what today's training, today's training is on deadlines. All right. Deadlines. We get this question a lot. It's like, okay, cool. So I have my, GRE that I'm taking in a week, or I'm taking it in a month, or I'm taking it in a few days. Like, how much time do I have before the deadline? Or how much time do I have before the deadline for me to submit my letters of recommendation? Or how much time do I have before the deadline to submit, my scores, or whatever that is, or my essays, or whatever you have to do for your application. We always tend to look at the deadlines that were given by PTCAS or by the schools that we're applying to. And for a lot of us, we want to get our applications in early. We want to get our GRE scores in early. We want to get a lot of things in early, but something happens. Something happens where we get a little busier than we thought we were going to be. Maybe things take a little longer than we thought they were going to take. And for a lot of us, we end up barely making the cut. So how do I know that? Well, every single year around the time that students are applying to PT school, we get a lot of students who are like, man, I have my deadline, my school's deadline is in 3 days. I need to have this essay edited. My school's deadline is in 1 week. I need to figure out how to do this or how to do that. And I'm like, whoa, that's creating so much stress for you, right? And so a lot of us have just tended to play off of the deadlines that schools give us. Now, are there some students that work, well in advance and are able to submit everything months ahead? Yes. Now, I would rather everyone be in those same shoes, but let's talk about one hack that will help you as an applicant get to the point where you're like, I actually feel good as an applicant. I feel confident. I've given myself plenty of time to make sure that everything is taken care of. Now, here's what that hack is. And it's something that I've used with students that we've coached. I've just told them, hey, you might look at your schedule and say, whoa, I'm so busy. I got a lot to do. I got the GRE to study for. I got my PTCAS application to finish. I got all these different things. I just don't know how to make them all work. So let me just try to just kind of juggle everything. And what happens is you end up feeling like you're so busy and you're just barely making the cut. You're basically racing against time. And I don't want you to feel like that. So here's what I want you to do. It's going to sound crazy. Take a look at everything you have left to do, regardless of whether you're applying right now, if you're applying next year, whatever you have to do, take a look at it, whether it's the GRE, whether it's your letters of recommendation being completed, right? Whether it's your PTCAS essay or your supplemental essays, whether it's when you're going to actually submit your application. And then I want you to take a look at those deadlines that you currently have, and I want you to cut them in half. So what I mean by that is if you have a deadline that's 30 days from now that you're playing off of, make it 15 days from now and ask yourself, how can I get this done in half the time? How can I make sure that my essays are done in half the time, or shoot, in a quarter of the time, in a fourth of the time? How can I do that? Because what happens is you start noticing that your focus changes, right? A lot of times as students, we're juggling so many things at the same time that we end up kind of wasting a lot of time in the process. But when you decide to just cut your time in half, you actually become a lot more focused. You become a lot more diligent with your time. You're not wasting time watching movies or shows or whatnot when you're like, I got 15 days to get this done. I got 5 days instead of 10. I got 5 days now to get this done. You'll be surprised how many essays you'll get completed in the next week. You'll be surprised how much more focused you'll be with your studying for the GRE. You'll be surprised how much more follow-up you'll have with your letters of recommendation. You'll be surprised how much more intentional you'll be with not paying attention to the deadlines that the schools have given you or the deadlines that PTCAS has given you, and you're able to focus in on making sure that you're getting things out as fast as possible, yes, but that's not the point. The point is not just to do it fast, because if it's fast and sloppy, then we've defeated the point. The purpose is to make you realize, whoa, like I can actually do a lot of these things in less time. It just increases my focus. So the quality is still good. The quality of my studying is still great. The quality of my essays is still great. I'm just focusing on doing it in half the time, so that now I'm actually giving myself so much more leverage on the other side. And now I'm able to submit everything earlier. I'm not as stressed. I feel less overwhelmed. And all of a sudden, I'm not catching myself at the last minute trying to figure out what to do with a day or two before submitting my application, because that's a lot of stress and I want you to avoid it. And if you can do that, you're obviously giving yourself a much better chance of getting into PT school. So hope that helped. Cut your time in half. Everything you have to do, cut your time in half, cut your time in half. Whatever you have to do this week, cut it in half. Try to figure out, how can I do it in 3 days or 3.5 days? Like everything you do, if you do that, trust me, a whole lot of time will start showing up out of nowhere, because you'll start realizing that you're a lot more efficient with the time that you currently have. Go kill it, and we'll see you on the next video. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the